Today we're going to discuss primary stations. To begin, we're going to number the white keys from Unit 1 and 2 with the numbers 1 through 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we cross the borderline, we start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. With our left hand, we're going to play the 1. And with our right hand, we'll take 2 fingers and play 4, 5. 1, 4, 5 is the sound of primary stations. And just as each of our 12 keys can be the foundation for building a block, they can also be the starting point for finding primary stations. Now we're going to start on center stage in Unit 1, and then the upper border of Unit 1, and find the sound of primary stations. Since we started here, we'll just try moving everything up. And once again, notice that each of those 3 primary stations has the same shape using only white keys. Now we're going to hop over the border of Unit 2 and find the primary stations on each leg of tie guy. Again, we're utilizing 3 white keys. Let's continue to the upper border of Unit 2. Now when we play 3 white keys here, we notice that something sounds different. But let's try again and see if we can determine which key sounds off. It sounds like it's that last one. We're going to raise the last note to the very next key to correct the sound. This creates a different shape, but the same sound. Now let's return to the lower border we skipped over earlier. Once again, if you play 3 white keys, you'll notice something doesn't sound quite right. However, this time, it's not the last key. Now we're going to lower the second note to the next key to correct. This creates another shape, but again, the same sound. So there are 2 things to remember. Any note can be your 1 or your starting point. And there will always be a key separating the 4 and 5, which also happens to be your middle key. So far, we have found the sound of 7 primary stations. And unless you're starting from one of the borders in Unit 2, they all have the same shape. Now let's try to find the sound of primary stations starting on each of the black keys. I'll tell you that 3 out of 5 will have the same shape, and 2 will be unique. If you have trouble, start by playing the primary stations on the white key just before or after the black key you wish to find. For example, if I want to find the primary stations of this black key, and I already know the primary stations of this key, well then I can just imagine I have 3 surfers and they're all going to ride the wave up. Let's try one more. If I want to find the primary stations of this key, and I know the primary stations of this key, then each of those can just ride the wave down. Once you've found the sound of all 12 primary stations, it can be a fun challenge to try playing through them, making 5 your new 1. It can also be fun to play them in one of our practice patterns, such as waves. Or in the infinity loop.